So for this project you need 4 colors. These are the colors I've picked. I wanted to save for the material I'm using acrylic yarn. This is the color palette I'll be going with. It's super cute, super summery. Like, she's so cute. What I'm using for this project is a 3mm crochet hook, tapestry needles, and a measurer. So for this pattern we only need the measurement of our hips. For our waist we'll use elastic to give us that snatched look. So my hips are 35 inches. So now that we have all the boring stuff out the way, we can now start the project. I'm going to show you how to crochet a granny square. For my granny square I did 8 rows. I chained one for the corners to keep my granny square as compact as possible. This makes it less see-through and gives you more coverage. My granny square was about 6 inches. For a bigger or smaller size, increase or decrease rows. I start with a slip knot. I chain 4 and slip stitch back into the last chain. I chain 2 and put 2 half trebles back into the circle. I chain 1 and do this 3 more times. When I get to the end, I slip stitch back into the chain 2 I did at the start. I chain 1 and then I cut and pull through. I then attach my next colour in the chain 1 space. I chain 2 and then place 2 half trebles back into the chain 1 space. I chain 1 and then place 3 half trebles back into the chain 1 space. Usually when crocheting granny squares you chain 1 and then you would go to the next chain space. This time we don't chain 1, we go straight to the next chain 1 space. We place 3 trebles in the chain 1 space, chain 1 and then another 3 in the chain 1 space. You do the same thing in the remaining 2 chain 1 spaces. When you get to the end, you slip stitch back into the chain 2 you made at the start. You chain 2 and you flip your work. As this is not a chain 1 space, you only put 2 half trebles back into the space. The chain 2 counts as a treble. Your next space is a chain 1 space in a corner. You place 3 half trebles into that space, chain 1 and then another 3 trebles. You repeat this pattern for the entirety of the square. In every chain one space you put 3 half trebles, chain 1 and then another 3 trebles, and then in every space you put 3 trebles, and you only chain 1 for the corners. This is just a quick tutorial on how to do a granny square. If you want a more in-depth tutorial, then there's many videos on YouTube that you can watch. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to make the half granny squares that go at the top of the shorts. You start it off with a slip knot, chain 4 and then slip stitch back into the last chain. You chain 2 and you place 1 half treble back into the middle of the circle. The chain 2 counts as a stitch. You now chain 1 and then place 3 half trebles back into the middle of the circle, and then you chain 1 and place 2 half trebles back into the circle. You chain 1, cut your yarn and pull through. You then attach your next colour. You chain 2 and then place 3 half trebles into the chain 1 space. You then chain 1 and then place 3 half trebles back into the same chain 1 space. You then go to the next chain 1 space. You place 3 half trebles in the chain 1 space. You then chain 1 and place another 3 trebles in the same chain 1 space. You then place a half treble on the last stitch. To start the next row, you chain 2 and turn your work. Place 1 half treble next to the chain 2. In the chain 1 space, you place 3 half trebles, then you chain 1 and place another 3 trebles in the same space. Place 3 half trebles in the next space. In the chain 1 space, you place 3 half trebles, chain 1 and another 3 trebles. In the last space, place 2 trebles. Try to place the last treble directly on the last stitch because it looks neater. And then you chain 1, cut your yarn and pull through. Attach your next colour. Chain 2 and place 1/2 treble in the next space. In the chain 1 space, you place 3 half trebles, chain 1 and then another 3 trebles in the same space. In the next 2 spaces, you place 3 half trebles in each of them. In the next chain 1 space, you place 3 half trebles, chain 1 and another 3 trebles in the same space. In the next space, you place 1 half treble. On the last stitch, you place 1 treble. You chain 1, cut your yarn and pull through. You attach the next colour and chain 2. In the next space, place 1 half treble. In the next space, place 3. In the next chain 1 space, you place 3 half trebles, chain 1 and another 3 half trebles. In the next 3 spaces, place 3 half trebles in each space. In the chain 1 space, place 3 half trebles, chain 1 and place another 3 trebles. In the next space, place 2 half trebles. In the next space, place 2 half trebles. For my pattern, the next row will be the same colour that I've just done, so I'll chain 2 and repeat the row I just did.
After I've completed the second purple row, I change to the white row. The white row is exactly the same as previous rows. However, instead of placing 2 half trebles in this gap, I would place 3. And I'll do the same on the opposite side, and I'll do the same on the next row. Hopefully this made sense. If you need a more detailed video, let me know. So I have 6 granny squares and 6 half granny squares for my hips and waist. When I measure them all together, it's around 34 inches. It doesn't have to be perfect as granny squares can stretch. And now I'm going to show you how to join them together and give you these seamless seams. First, you have to make sure the squares are the right way round. This is the right way and this is the wrong way. If you find it hard to tell, you can see that when it's the right way round, the edges kind of flick up, especially with acrylic yarn. And it's the same for the half granny squares. First, you make sure both squares are facing each other the right way. This means the wrong way should be facing you. You then tie a knot in the front stitch only. You then begin to slip stitch into the front stitches only slipping it into the other stitches counterpart so everything looks even. This is what it should look like. You join them all together until they look like this. You also need 4 squares for each leg, so in total you need 8. You then join them together the same way. Once you've finished both legs, you join them together like this in the middle. You do it the same way you join the other squares together, going through the first stitch only.
And just so you can get kind of an idea of how it's supposed to look. So this is like the top part, and then this is the leg part. So now we're just gonna join this part to this part. And then what we need to do is do like the finishing details and we're finished.
Okay, so now you're going to join the top part to the bottom part. This is the most important thing because it has to be even or it's going to look crazy. You can use stitch markers to kind of hold where you want everything to stay. You join it together the same way you join together the other squares. You only go through the front stitch. And when you're going through the front stitch, you make sure you're going through its counterpart so everything stays nice and even. When you're done, you chain 1, cut and pull through. Then tie a big knot and weave in all your ends. If for some reason you end up with any big gaps like this, I'm going to show you how to close them. You make sure the shorts are inside out. So you get your tapestry needle and some yarn. You then go through the stitches on the inside, making sure you only go through the stitches on the inside so you don't see them on the outside. You go around like this in a circular motion. You then pull, tie a knot and weave in your ends. Now we're going to finish the top of the shorts and snatch that waist. You're going to do 2 rounds of double crochets on the top of the shorts, placing the double crochets wherever your hook will fit. You chain 3 to start off your round. Slip stitch on the top of the chain 3 to end your row. Chain 3, flip your work, and then start the second row. Okay, you attach your elastic. Make sure to tie a couple of knots because sometimes it can come undone. You slip stitch into every second to third stitch. And the final step is to cover the elastic with a single crochet stitch. For the strings that go at the top of the shorts, you don't really need them, but I added them because I think it's cute. I chained around 200 for them. I then just weaved it in and out of the shorts.
Send me a picture. Oh, blurry. I look naked. Oh my gosh. So after about 2 weeks, the shorts are finally finished. They are gorgeous. When I wear these shorts, I wear like another pair of shorts underneath them. They're not see-through, but they're granny squares, so they are like, they do have holes in them, but they're still cute. I also made the shorts in these colors for my sister. I made this like a year ago. But you know, play around with the colors and see like what you can make. Like, I think this is cute. It's not really me, but I also made another one for a girl. I'm gonna set a picture here. I don't have it anymore, she has it, but it's kind of the same. It was more summery. This is not giving summer. Like, the colors need to be bright, vibrant. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I hope you make these shorts, and I hope like you tag me or DM me a picture